welcome back everyone. My name's Janet and you're watching Toxic Free TV, where I share my knowledge and experience about narcissistic abuse and narcissist recovery. I wanted to hop on today to talk about the lies of the narcissist, how they lie. It's pretty extensive. And I was sitting here, I actually wasn't even going to hop on today. This is kind of like a casual video. Now, I was just thinking that it's better to look out for someone that's lying than to catch the narcissist in a lie. Now, if you are new, trying to figure out about learn about narcissism, and this is new for you, or whether you've had experience with a narcissist, I just wanted to discuss a little bit about the extent of the lying that they do. Myself and anyone that's dealt with a narcissist, I can say confidently that we have been blown away by the extent of the lies that a narcissist will tell about us or other people, or even about themselves, their own experiences and things like that. So not only are the regular run-of-the-mill lies devastating, cheating and things like that in romantic relationships, but because the narcissist is always triangulating people, they're lying to everyone about everyone else. So it's not just you. When the narcissist introduces a third party or a fourth party and starts triangulating your social circles or whatever the case. But their agenda is like, off somewhere where you have no idea where this is coming from. I had an experience 9 years ago. I was robbed by a sociopath in business, and as most survivors of narcissistic abuse will tell you, that the narcissist lies so convincingly, so they mimic human emotions in such a authentic way, that is why most people fall into their trap. But there's always little things that are off that you need to look for. So I think that going into relationships just taking everything at face value that someone says is not wise. You need to screen people and go slow with people, because some of these stories that the narcissists use to inject themselves into your life are just fantasy. They're fake. The person that really put me in a horrible financial position. I almost lost my house. It took me, I had to file bankruptcy. Took me like 6-7 years to pay back the debt. It ruined my credit. I mean, really just did a number on me and traumatized me as well. It was a sadistic narcissist, which I'll probably make a video about that as well. The sadistic narcissist, briefly, they like to rub it in after they have deceived you. So they really like to parade the fact that they, stole from you or cheated on you or, lied to you or whatever. The sadistic narcissists really like to shove it in your face. Shove it in your face after they do it to you. But anyway, I found out much later that this person would tell some people that I was a billionaire. Wow. I've heard, that the opposite, also with their lying, they take some parts of the truth and then they add their own spin on it, or they just add lies into it. So say if you know a few facts about a third party, they will take those facts and then inject some real messed up negativity to change the perception of you to other people in a negative way. And they use that to their advantage. Even with themselves, they'll lie and say, that they have an illness so that you would feel sorry for them, and they can, continue on their agenda, whatever it is that they're trying to get out of you. And I just want you to be very conscious that, and not so innocent like I was, about trusting people. I mean, I knew this person almost 2 years. I thought it was a good friendship, and I was blindsided by narcissism. I didn't even know what narcissism was at that time. And, it really, it threw me for a loop. It sure did. It really, really, it traumatized me. It sure did. It was a terrible time. I have to say, it was the worst time of my whole life. I've never been treated so horrifically by another, person, if you want to even refer to a narcissist as a human being. But this one was a sociopath. It was a narcissistic sociopath, a psychopath. And, there's, narcissism's on a spectrum. There's, narcissists that are on the high end, but then once you get over into the psychopath, area, that's like a whole different ball game. They're very delinquent, and they don't even care about putting themselves in danger. They're very reckless with other people's resources, lives. It doesn't matter. Anyway, that is probably, that's what keeps everything going with the narcissist too, because everything is a lie. Their image is a lie. Their motives with you are a lie, and everything that they do is false. And this is what you need to be conscious of and aware of, and not be so willing to just take everything at face value. And another reason why I say this is because narcissists use complete strangers as flying monkeys. And if you meet a narcissist and they say, well, all my past relationships, they were all mean, or they were all, messed up, or they all cheated on me, or whatever. That should be your first red flag right there. That they speak that way about other people, or they may talk about cutting people off. That's another thing. So if you take what the narcissist says at face value about other people in the beginning, you can end up being a flying monkey for the narcissist. So you have to be careful of that with new people. When people come at you telling you stories about other people, maybe that you don't know, even maybe people that you do know, especially people that you do know, or even in your family too. You know, the closer, it's even worse. But when people come to you with gossip and stories about other people, don't take everything at face value, no matter who they are, because you have to really discern what you're hearing and what you're seeing with people. And I've seen so many people end up as flying monkeys and enablers to narcissists only because they don't fact check and they don't follow up. That's another big one with the narcissist. Fact check what they're saying and follow up on things that they say. Because a lot of times, if you're really dealing with a narcissist or a psychopath, it's going to fall through and you're going to find out that it's, you know, it's all not true. So, the way that this business partner of mine created a band of flying monkeys was very unusual, very slick. We had started a business together, and I had put in all of my investment. And, you know, it just so happened that I would go out of state, away from my family, my friends, and support system to go chase my dream and run this business. But see, before I had the chance to get down there, the narcissist had already started incorporating people into our business without my knowledge. Hiring people. Actually fraudulently inducing people. Come on, come be a part of it. You know, when the ship comes in for a heyday, it was a semi-entertainment media sort of setup that we were having, and there's a lot of wannabe artists out there and people that want to be in that sort of industry. So it was easy for him to find people that wanted to come along for the big successful ride that we were going to be on. So by the time I got down there were already probably 10 or 12 people incorporated in, really against my will. And also, you know, by the time I got there, it's like I'm a stranger in my own business too. And they're running around this person, you know, Mr. This and Mr. That. What can we do next for you, Mr.? They were running around like servants. And, you know, of course, this caused a blowout and everything blew up. But you see, he already had these flying monkeys in place because he had already filled their heads with stuff. And, you know, before you knew it, I was out, you know, out. He had stole all of my equipment and everything. You know, nobody would help me. Nobody could. I was so stunned that I really could barely even explain what the hell had been happening with this person for the past 6 months or whatever. And it was just a wash. I mean, there was nothing really I could do about it. He went on to flaunt, oh, you know, the big business, and, you know, he's got pictures of all these strangers, and, you know, putting one of the flying monkeys in my position, and, making big announcements online. And it was very, well, when you look at it, really childish and like a schoolyard, bully, to be bullied out of your own business. But, yeah, that's how he did it. So it was, and it's so funny because it's not funny. It really wasn't funny. It was horrible. But, shortly after, because they always ruin everything that they do. They're not, because they're fake. They don't know what they're doing. He wouldn't know how to run a business. He doesn't have any, business acumen, experience, or any record of hard work or anything. So would, of course, drive it into the ground. And, as the flying monkeys would start to object about not getting paid for all the hours and, all the carrot dangling that the psychopath was doing, they were dropping off one by one, and then eventually it, dissolved and, turned into, of course he kept my resources and turned it over several times. And I know, he was able to support himself for at least 5 years, just from, my, gasoline alone, like the my resources alone. And, it just became that I decided, I had to cut my losses and move forward with my life, because this is a person that has nothing, and I wasn't going to throw good money after bad, because it had already cost me a fortune, an absolute devastating fortune, to go through this. And, it wiped me out. It really was. And at 51 years old, I think I was 51 at the time, it was devastating, because I was, looking forward to winding down in life and doing, a business that I want more, enjoyed more with my friends and everything. And here I was, like, I had beautiful credit at the time, stripped my credit. I almost lost my home. I almost did. And where I was, I couldn't find a job. I worked all these stupid little jobs that, I just got by. And I actually, stayed around there for 2 years trying to work my way through this horrible experience. And, I had rented my home out, thank God. And, but my tenants had not moved out. So at the end of the 2 years, I, decided to come back home and rebuild my life. And, it's taken me a long time. Now it's 9-year anniversary, actually, this month, since that happened. But, just the lies are never ending. Never ending. So I don't want you to feel like when you're meeting new people and you're talking to people, just be discerning. Trust your judgment, pay attention, actually. Just pay attention. Don't be like, because all this guy had to do with other people, because he liked to target women. He was one of those. And all he had to do was go to the new target and say, oh, she's crazy, or oh, she's in love with me, or oh, whatever, something like that. Because, the new supply thinks, oh, I've found the best person in the world or whatever. And that's how that goes. So it was very easy for him to say, oh, she's crazy, she won't stop calling, all this crazy stuff. that actually wasn't happening. But you see how easy that is? So if someone comes to you and says, you know, is so wonderful, and, you know, you feel like this is a great connection, and they say, this person, you know, because you know, a victim will try to, some of them will try to warn the new person, but the narcissist has already gotten to that person even before the victim catches on. So by the time the victim comes along, the new person already knows, you know, whatever it is, you know, that they've been told. And you know, too, I know that the guy I did business with, because some of the people did talk to me afterwards, like after they got screwed over, that he forbid them to talk to me, or else they would be out of the company, of which nobody was on a payroll. There was no, it was all fake. It was all like ridiculous, really. So that's what I just wanted to say. The narcissist lies know no bounds. Really. This is the type of person that can look you in the eye and say, I have a incurable disease, or I only have months to live. Believe it. Okay? All right. That wraps that conversation up. You learned a little bit about me today and my sociopath. There are others, many other narcissists in my history. But yeah, those are things to look for. If the new person says, oh, that one's, you know, bothering me or stalking me or this and that, think twice. Think twice. And also, new people, I'm sorry, look them up. Do those background checks. Because had I done a background check on him, you know, I may have thought twice. I would have thought twice, definitely. I don't think I would have went for it. I found so much stuff afterwards, like we all do. Hindsight, you know, 2020. But you know, it's chalked up as a loss, and I've moved on from that, and I've learned a lot from it, and I really want to pass along what I know to you, and also keep you company, too, and try to provide some guidance as you're going through these things, because those of us that have been through it, we really know what we're talking about. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to these kind of people. And I think that watching the videos is a really good thing, to get the education, and also to kind of keep you company, because after a discard, it's very lonely and isolating. And so you might as well get the education and get in touch with other people that have been through it, and you know, just keep putting one foot in front of the other, and just, you know, day by day. All right? So I hope you got something out of this. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. And I will see you on another day, on another video. Okay, everyone? Take care. Bye.